Let's give a little book review. Oh my god, I don't want to kiss right now. Hello, Fred. Rocky's here with me. Yep, he's sticking pretty close. He knows Mama doesn't feel good. So, I wanted to come on and give a little book review. I listened to The Witching Year by Diana Helmuth, I think is how you pronounce her name. I wrote like lots of notes and stuff. See, lots and lots and lots of notes to remember to tell everybody. But anyway, it was so much to write up a script that I'm just gonna try to piece this together as is. I'm still upstairs with my walker again today, so yeah, so it follows this Diana. She's about 30-ish years old, mid-30s. And she is in the middle of the illness years, right? 2020-ish. And so she gets kind of bored, I guess. And she dives into exploring Wicca for a year. Like exploring what it means to be a witch. And I was pleasantly surprised. I had seen on Goodreads that it had gotten really good reviews. And so I looked her up, and she actually studied at University of Berkeley and somewhere else as an anthropologist and Arabic. Oh, and it had gotten so many good reviews that I wanted to give it a shot. I don't usually go for Wicca books, only because, like, that's where I started. I started all that in that era. Yeah, she goes through so many of the things that I went through, like the thought processes and the places she visited. So she's really skeptical of both sides of the pew, and it's following her through this journey of finding herself and spirituality through those years that we were kind of all stuck inside. She wanted to know how actually magic worked, and she was analyzing the study of like placebo effects in medicine. And one study analyzed that the placebo effect doesn't need people to believe in it for it to work. So that was curious to me. I've always been of the thought that if you don't cast the magic, it's not going to work for you, because the emotional tie isn't there, that accelerates the energy to where it needs to go, if that makes sense. So she dived a little bit into astrology and psychics. It's funny, she fell in love with tarot, and she still to this day practices tarot, I guess. So that was interesting to me. That's one of my loves as well. Of course, she wonders through the book, through that whole year, if she's doing it right, and she writes and talks like Caitlin Doughty or Michelle T. How they write, they're very dry, sarcastic humor, and just their teaching is through story. And I loved how she pulled in like different elements of history and like the anthropological studies of all this through her story. She does a very good job at it. Let's see. Oh, she was talking about how she was trying to explain to her mom what it was, and it hit home, because my mom she understood what it was and why I wanted to be involved, but she never really understood. That was fun. She explored her first hex. Yeah, it's really a beginner's guide. I wrote some notes. It's a beginner's guide disguised as a memoir, and she makes new witches ask appropriate and very common questions when we all first start. She grew up in Northern California, which is an area that I love. So she talks about, going to a witch camp in Northern California and how weird it was, just kind of being in a place where like everybody was different, and so it wasn't weird, I love the fact that she references different books and sources throughout the book. I listened to it on Audible, so I don't know if it has like a resource in the back or not. Yeah, so she references different books and sources for beginning witches to have more info, and really as a jumping off point from her book to other authors, which I thought was nice. She started a relationship with the elements and the deities, trying to find her matron or patron goddess and god. It talks about forgetting things while in a circle, and how she had to cut the door over and over and over. Oh my gosh, I've been there. It's like, forget it. It's not worth all that. I'd rather put the energy into the spell than the creating of the space, but that's just me. This is all just my personal take on things. It's because I want witchcraft's values to be mainstream as F. I'm talking outright blasé. I want to live in a world where nonviolence is normal. Everyone is making an effort to right the path of our ancestors, and we see the earth as something that would behoove us to protect and live within harmoniously. I want everyone to be talking to the effing trees. I love that. So yeah, it's that humor just kind of sprinkled throughout the book, and I definitely recommend this one. I'm not going to rate them anymore, only because who am I, right, to rate anything? And basically, my rating system's like personal gnosis anyway. So what I'll do is I'll just come on, and if I enjoy a book, I'll let you know. And if I don't enjoy a book, I'll let you know that too, and why. All right. So definitely look this one up. I'll link it down below for the peeps on YouTube. All right. So thanks for visiting today, friends. Until next time, I'm wishing you many blessings. Bye.